Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Tapasan niyo ang baon ni Marcos!
Few leaders have commanded as much loyalty, fear, and controversy as Rodrigo Duterte. From his brutal war on drugs to his shocking arrest of critics, his presidency was defined by iron-fisted rule. But now, the once untouchable Philippine strongman is behind bars. How did he get here? Let's break it down. Rodrigo Duterte's political rise began long before he became president. Born in 1945 in the southern Philippines, he was the son of a politician and a teacher. Trained as a lawyer, Duterte started as a state prosecutor before taking over as mayor of Davao in 1988. For 22 years, he ruled Davao with an iron grip, building a reputation for cracking down on crime, militancy, and corruption. But this came at a cost. Human rights groups accused him of running death squads and carried out extrajudicial killings of suspected criminals. Yet, his hardline tactics won him nationwide support, setting the stage for his 2016 presidential bid. Duterte's presidential campaign was unlike any other. He vowed to eradicate drugs and crime, and he did not mince words. He warned, and I quote, "If I make it to the presidential palace, I will do just what I did as mayor. You drug pushers, hold-up men, do-nothings, you better go out because I'll kill you." End quote. He didn't just talk tough, he followed through. His presidency was defined by a ruthless war on drugs, which led to the deaths of thousands of alleged dealers and addicts. Police reports put the toll at over 6,200, but human rights groups estimate the real number could be as high as 27,000. His shoot-to-kill approach turned the Philippines into a battleground. Entire communities lived in fear as police conducted midnight raids and masked gunmen assassinated suspected users in the streets. One of the most shocking cases was that of 17-year-old Kian de los Santos, whose death at the hands of police sparked outrage. The officers involved were convicted, but Duterte stood by his brutal campaign, famously declaring, and I quote, "I will never apologize for the deaths." End quote. Despite international condemnation, many Filipinos supported him. He was seen as a leader who delivered results, no matter the cost. Beyond the drug war, Duterte was infamous for his inflammatory remarks. He even abused former US President Barack Obama, likened his drug war to the Holocaust, and even admitted to personally killing criminals as mayor. His foreign policy was equally erratic. He promised to stand up to China over maritime disputes but later cozied up to Beijing and Moscow, distancing the Philippines from its longtime ally, the US. At home, his critics suffered. Journalists, opposition figures, and even a sitting senator, Leila de Lima, were jailed under dubious charges. Nobel Prize-winning journalist Maria Ressa faced repeated legal battles. His own son was accused of drug smuggling, yet Duterte claimed he would kill his own children if they were guilty. Duterte's leadership was tested when COVID-19 hit. His government imposed one of the world's strictest lockdowns, but the economy tanked and the healthcare system struggled. For the first time, his approval ratings took a dip. By 2022, he stepped away from politics, citing overwhelming sentiment that he should retire. His daughter, Sara Duterte, became vice president, but their alliance with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. quickly fell apart. In early 2025, Sara was impeached over corruption allegations, leading to a deeper political rift. Then came the final blow. In March 2025, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant against Duterte for crimes against humanity. Days before his arrest, he remained defiant, saying, and I quote, "If that's my fate, that's fine. I will accept it." End quote. The 79-year-old was taken into custody by Philippine police, marking an unprecedented moment in the country's history. Human rights groups hailed it as the beginning of accountability, but Duterte's loyalists see it as a political persecution. Duterte's fate now lies in the hands of the courts. Will he face justice for the thousands killed in his war on drugs, or will his influence still shield him from consequences? One thing is certain, Rodrigo Duterte's story is far from over.